So today we will discuss about the mutation. So what is basically mutation? The sudden changes in the DNA are basically known as mutation. Let us cite over here. What is mutation? Sudden changes. The sudden changes in the DNA which causes changes in the phenotype plus in the genotype. In the phenotype and then into the genotype as well are basically known as mutation, right? So basically let's study this. There are so many ways to explain the term mutation. The DNA is the genetic material which is responsible to store information of an organism and its inheritance faithfully to next generation. If it does not take place properly, it is called mutation. In a sense, mutation is a failure to store genetic information faithfully. If our cells are unable to store the genetic information faithfully, or you can say completely, then that is known as mutation. Now for that you need to remember three things which are basically considered like mutant, mutant, mutation, mutagen, and then mutation, right? Now basically what is mutant? Basically any organism which is in which a mutation has been caused, that is known as mutant, which is basically affected by the mutation. Organism in which mutation has taken place, that is basically known as mutant. Now what is mutagen? Basically the factors, the chemical factor, that physical factor, or that biological factor, that chemical plus physical or that biological factor that will cause mutation. That will basically cause the mutation, that is basically known as mutagen. And what is mutation then? Mutation is basically the sudden change. Then mutation is basically the sudden change. I hope this is clear to you, right? Now eukaryotes, DNA is present on chromosomes. The term mutation includes both chromosomal changes in their number and structural changes. The changes occur in the location. The changes occur in the location of gene on chromosome, and changes within a cell single gene also called mutation. We discussed all of these here under the title of heteroploidy, chromosomal aberration, and gene mutation. We will discuss these things as well, right? But now I hope the definition of mutation is basically clear to you. Basically this mutation is basically discontinuous. Mutation is discontinuous. How? There are two types of variations. First one is basically known as through genetics, and second is through environmental. It is quite obvious that environmental variation is caused by environmental factors. It is caused by environmental factors. But what about genetics? Basically, the genetics is caused by two things. Like mutation occurs in the genetics. One is basically continuous and other is discontinuous. In continuous, basically we have crossing over. But if we talk about this discontinuous, this discontinuous is further divided into two things. First is basically the somatic mutation. This somatic mutation is basically what? It occurs in the somatic cells, or you can say the vegetative cells, right? Then if we talk about this now, germinal mutation. Which basically occur in germ cells. So basically this is basically heritable. This is germinal mutation. But this somatic mutation is basically non-heritable. Right? So I hope this is clear to you. If you have any kind of queries, you can ask me in the comment section. I would be really glad to answer you.